Abzan, Greasefang versus the mighty CJ Sarf. Okay. Not like I don't have all things I need yet. I don't have black either. Okay, well that's nice. What do I discard here? Like they're Rakdos mid-range or aggro. Like, do I need the Surge of Salvage? I'm gonna discard the Chariot. Come on. Yeah, they're gonna. Ooh, wow! They want to scry desperately. I see. All right. Well, that's gonna die. I can do double the things. I found a swamp as well, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this and this. And I'm gonna discard... I don't need more lands, so let's just discard this. And next turn I can just play Greasefang onto a board. Now I just... yeah, exactly. Like I didn't want them to find creatures, did I? Why are they pumping it now? Oh. I was just checking the Surge of Salvation, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, the opponent, I don't know why they raged their own. I think they were just giving up because... But, okay. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Okay, so this can actually prevent the Cacophony scam from doing its thing. So I gain hexproof. That doesn't prevent combat damage, but it prevents them from targeting me. And then prevent all damage that black and or red sources would deal to creatures you control this turn. Okay, so my creatures can also block nicely. Okay, anyway. So yeah, able to take out... I don't know what kind of a hand they kept. Anyway, I'll take any victory against Mono Red. No questions asked. On to the next game. Abzan, Greasefang. Abzan, Greasefang versus Bravaloni. Okay, so we have the colors, and we have some things to do. Instant, let's see what's going on. Let's take their hero. Do I discard the Chariot? I almost don't want to. But paying 3 life against Mono Red feels risky. But I'm gonna do it this time. Find a land. I can keep... I have the Bitter Triumph up. I need every... Okay, I'm gonna discard a card. I'm gonna discard the Roadwatcher, because there's nothing to get back. And, well, had I known that, I would have maybe just chosen otherwise, but okay. Now, I'm still, like, at risk, for sure. I need the opponent to not draw creatures for quite a few more turns. They're keeping their Kalos Sellsword in hand. Oh god, a mouse and its offspring. Ugh. That's not very good. Oh. Why is my sound now suddenly always like off and on? But okay. Alright, so I'll kill a creature. I don't have a land card to return and do this. Alright. Alright. Now, that thing is gonna get double strike. They can Titan Strength it, but can they deal 17 here? 4 cards, 2 are known. Alright, giving yourself double strike, sure. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna force them to do something. Ah, they just want to do that. Oh, they're trading? Even though they have the Titan strength? What? Okay. Can they... And they're doing this now as well. So they want to fling damage at me immediately. Okay, not sure what's going on here, to be honest. I would expect the opponent to try and So, okay. I guess they wanted to push in damage. And why is this at 4/4, by the way? Oh, okay. Ah, I see. Okay. So they wanted to make this a 4/4 to kind of be able to keep pressing. But now they're in top deck mode and they're like... Okay, they could accumulate like 2 or 3 draws and try to go for another push. But at the same time, I'm hitting for... Like, I'm representing lethal next turn as well. 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. I'm not actually gaining any damage by activating the Chariot because I'm trading 4 power for 4 power basically. But I'm creating more creatures every turn. So I've created some cats by keep pushing with the Chariot. That's why I played the Informant with no cards in hand, which is usually not ideal because if you draw a good card, you're just losing it. But in this situation, I just wanted it to crew, so I have options. Okay. A Parhelion, alright. Not a great draw, but I'm at this point I just feel like I need to work with what I have. Am I gonna push for full lethal here? No, because the opponent can just eat one of my tokens, my cat tokens, and prevent lethal and keep their cell sword, and I'll be tapped out, so that's not a good option for me here. So I'm just gonna keep pressing with the Chariot, offering a trade, but if they don't trade, you know, hit for another 4 and create another token. But I think the opponent has given up here. Or not, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, next turn is lethal. Has the opponent the ability, did the opponent find something to kind of push here? Like, one Monstrous Rage would turn this into a 7/5 Trampler. I will block with all 3. I'll take, that would be 1 extra damage that gets through. So I do have a lot of power and toughness. Like, I have 6 power and toughness I can throw at this guy. But that, yeah. Burn together. Burn together. Let's burn together. All right. Sweet victory it is against red. Red aggro again. All right, let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. Abzan, Greasefang versus Toro. 2 lands, but I'll keep. Again, red. Red it is. One more time. I'll mill myself. I'll kill this. Alright, and got a land. Perfect. So that's actually card advantage as well. So now I have lands. I have a Brutality, a Triumph. I have some removal spells, so I'm going to take some damage here. Those Angers are such a good card, honestly. Yeah, such a good card. Wait, okay, they're still just drawing 1, but that's just free damage cycling through here. I'm gonna go for the Collective Brutality here. I'm gonna deal this. I'm gonna do this and this. Yeah, let's do it all. Discard this. And discard this. Oh, wait, I just need to... Oh, that's cool. Oh, no, it's not. It's, yeah, okay. God, okay. Alright, next turn I can Bitter Triumph. And hit one of those heroes. I'm gonna have to do it the moment they target it. Let's just pass. Do I have anything to get back with the Roadwatcher? I don't. So let's just pass the turn for now. I might have to discard the Roadwatcher to the Bitter Triumph here. Because against Mono Red, I just don't think I can... Okay, wait, what? Okay, they're targeting this one here now. Next turn I can get back a Greasefang with the Ulvenwald and we get back the Flagship already, so I think I have a chance, let's put it that way. Oh, whoa, 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 they're pushed, wow, what? Okay. Why didn't they pump this one? Interesting. Oh, I couldn't Grisly Salvage because of, I didn't keep up the... I only have 1 black mana, so that was an oversight from my side. Mistake. However, news is good. Let's go for a Greasefang. Let's go to combat. Let's grab the Flagship. Let's crew it. Attack for 7, gain 7. Do this. And grab myself. Just another Greasefang? Like, really? Let's just go for an Overlord here. Sound is gone again. I need to fix that. But that's a problem for another day. Okay, opponent is... Oh, 2 lands. GG. That's GG for me, in my eyes. Alright, another red deck beat. And look, I'm back up to 15. Now, I did top deck a Greasefang, but as you saw with the Ulvenwald and Delirium, I would have been able to just grab one anyway. So, and I had the mana up available to do so. So yeah, this deck has, oh, thanks to Witherbloom's Command and Collective Brutality, like these 2 cards really seem to be pretty good against mono red aggro decks. So, and this is why maybe Abzan Greasefang is a little bit better geared towards dealing with mono, like red aggro decks than Esper Greasefang. But let's keep playing first. But so far, so good. Abzan Greasefang versus Veteran Explorer Azetsu. So, is it going to be another mono red deck here or a Rakdos deck or not? We shall see. I have Greasefang. I don't have 3 lands, but I have... Unfortunately, if I want to play Cash Grab, this needs to be green, which means I can't play Greasefang. However, I will keep this hand because there is ways to... Okay. Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. It does change things a lot. I just dropped this. I can't do anything on turn 1 anyway. So for now, I still don't need to make any decisions. Next turn I do. I'm probably going to play this on green, and then I still can play Greasefang on 3. The Bitter Triumph will allow me to discard Parhelion, which is probably what I'm going to do. Like, kill something, discard Parhelion, and then just go Greasefang. I think that's going to be good enough. Yeah, it's going to be good enough. I need to be careful. I need to be very careful because I could kill a Cloud here right now, and this doesn't hit. This only hits instants and sorceries. I need to be very careful of the cutter, like sudden, because these things have haste, right? Or the creature it's attached to has a haste. So I'm afraid they haste the hammer, like some way that they can do that. So I'm gonna just pass the turn, Not use the brutality, just stick to my good old Bitter Triumph here. Alright, they're gonna attack me, that's fine. 2 damage is absolutely something I'm okay with. Kemba, what is this? Oh. Okay, sure. So now they attach. But what do they attach to whom? Or who? Alright, they're attaching this. Wait, what? Oh, okay, it has to be Kemba. And here is the Greasy Boy. And that's GG. Why? Probably because the Angels have Vigilance, so I'll have 8 power and toughness worth of blocking. And even if they attach this to something, I think that this deck doesn't necessarily give... I don't know if it has ways to give trample as well. I think it does, but not as prominent as like red with Monstrous Rage. So I think it's not as easy for this deck for the equipped deck to give their creatures trample. And even if I think 8 power, like throwing 8 power in between is still like good enough. And next turn I would just Brutality, discard this thing again and go for it again. So, all right, yep, again, and well, it wasn't mono red at least, or Rakdos, it was Boros, but red again. So another win against the red deck with Abzan Greasefang. Let's keep rolling. Abzan Greasefang versus Marcio. Okay, we have no black. We have a Rafine's Informant. This is a questionable hand, which I will keep because I'm on the draw and I have a Rafine's Informant. Alright, good choice. Well, at least, you know, not good choice, but I ended up being lucky. Let's be fair here. This needs to be black, of course. So then I have all my colors activated. And that's something I really didn't want to see. Like, that's probably the worst thing. Thoughtseizing now feels really bad too. Oh, and those Shieldreds look very threatening as well. So I think like a lot of things are not going my way here. Yeah, that Annex I needed. Now, despite me finding black, I think I did need black earlier. I needed to Thoughtseize that Annex. They're ahead of me here so far at this point. But let's see. Okay, what's going on? Do we have... Alright. Like, Greasefang, you gotta... It's gotta be you. No land. I can steal their Invoke Despair, which I need to, probably. Wait, I can... Like, okay. Yeah. Alright, so my only option is finding Greasefang. Yeah, sure. Ouch. Ouchie. Yeah, take... let's do this. Whoa. Why? Whoa. Going for Shieldred. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Luck. That was luck. I admit it. I was just lucky. I'm just wondering, did they need to insta-concede here? I mean, I would have... Oh, wait. I would have attacked... No, my attack would have been 5 plus 4. 9, 13 damage, right? So they would still... They wouldn't be dead. But in their upkeep, this would go on the stack... Oh no, not in their upkeep, end step. So no, they wouldn't have been dead per se, but I think I guess they would have needed to draw like multiple removal spells. So wow, yeah, that's what Greasefang can do. Parhelion in the graveyard, Greasefang, whenever you play it, boom. All right, nice, 5-0. The last game was a little unexpected and a little lucky, I do admit it, but still I'm happy about it. So yeah, let's get over to the recap. Alrighty. Let me put this here and let me just clean up the lands a little bit. All right, that should do it. Okay, recap. Abzan, Greasefang. I'm glad I played this deck today. I always tend to play Esper, Greasefang, but going in today's run, I did really see what the upsides are in running Abzan. So let's go through the deck. And as this deck, I haven't played it much before. I'm gonna do the one, go through each card, kind of showdown. So what do you have? You have 4 Thoughtseizes. Just you need it. You need to be able to deal with some cards that you just otherwise can't answer if they hit the battlefield. Unholy Annex, which in the last game, unfortunately, I wasn't able to Thoughtseize, but still, those are the kind of type of cards that you want to hit. But in one of the games, I hit Contorious, and it just ended the game. So, yeah, just your answer for all. Duress, similar, just an additional one to have around. Surge of Salvation, a one-off as well, and it, if the opponent is red, it helps, but also just gives your creatures hexproof, so it can protect your creatures from any kind of spot removal, but it can actually also prevent you from being Thoughtseize, for example. So this has some multiple uses, and in some situations, against mono red, it can also prevent you from getting slingshot, like flinged at, or like thrown, you know what I mean. When they sacrifice the creature and it deals its power to you, you can actually prevent that as well. So quite a versatile card for 1 mana. Well, 1-off is fine. You don't want to have too many of these in your hand. You need to focus on your game plan too. And another one of the Traverse the Ulvenwald. It's an early game way to find a plains or a swamp if you have green mana. And it also, if you have a Delirium, which is realistic to achieve with this deck, it's a tutor for Greasefang, basically. So it's kind of like an additional Greasefang in some situations, and kind of smoothing out of the mana curve in the early game. So good one-off here as well. Then we have our 2 drops. We have 2 types here. I'm going to put Raffine in its own little category, to be honest, because Raffine is the only creature. It connives, so it draws and discards. So this is your way to get through your deck, dig deeper into your deck, But now this is cut off, so let me fix this a little bit. I'm gonna put this here. Okay. But also this is your discard outlet, so you can get your Parhelion, Skysovereign, any of these into the graveyard. And it's a 2/1 or potentially a 3/2 creature, which can be aggressive, defensive, so you have something on the board. It can eat removal, so it's something the opponent does need to worry about and potentially deal with. All right, then we have some mill cards. We have 2 cash grabs. So mill and put a permanent into your hand, probably Greasefang. Grisly Salvage. All right, again, look at 5 cards, pick up a Greasefang or a land, but probably Greasefang, and put the rest in your graveyard, hopefully a Parhelion. And Overlord, similar, mill 4 cards and pick up a Greasefang, hopefully into your hand. So these are your ways to get your Skysovereigns or Parhelions into the graveyard. All right. And now we have our removal suite. And this is a very unique one because Bitter Triumph, well, this one fits very well into the deck because you discard a card, which you need to be able to do to get your Parhelion into the graveyard, and you kill something. And even it hits planeswalkers as well. So very versatile and helping the deck achieve what it wants to achieve. Then you have Collective Brutality, and this one is good. So you can discard multiple cards and get more effects from it. And usually these are effects which trade nicely with the opponent's things. So you can take a look at their hand and pick an instant or sorcery. And you can give a creature -2/-2. So you can play this, discard a card, and then kill a creature and take an instant and sorcery out of their hand, for example. So very versatile, and worst case, you can also just, play it for 2 and kill a creature. So very multiple uses. The Witherbloom Command, on the other hand, is also one of here because this one doesn't have the discard part, but you just pick 2. So you can give a creature -3/-1, potentially killing it. So ideally you want to kill a 1 toughness creature. You can mill yourself to get some vehicles into the graveyard and potentially get a land. So it helps you potentially even digging for lands. And you can destroy a non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Now, this one is not so frequent, but in some niche situations, this could potentially really save your behind. So yeah, this one is a little bit more situational. Sometimes it can really get a good effect, a 2/1. Sometimes, you don't really find too much use for it. But then you just, you go for the mill and the drain, at least gaining some life. But in the games that I played, it did serve its purpose. All right, and then we come to the MVPs here. So Greasefang, obviously, no need to mention this card. This is the engine of the deck. The deck is built around this and Parhelion. So this is what you want to get in your hand. This is what you want to get in your graveyard. I did forget to mention Can't Stay Away. So in case you end up with a Greasefang in the graveyard, either by milling or it being killed, you can get it back from the graveyard by using Can't Stay Away or the Yathan Roadwatcher. And the Yathan Roadwatcher is good because it's a 3/3 body in on itself, but it can get back Greasefang. But it could also get back a Rafine's Informant, which is kind of the worst case situation, but still something worth doing. So this is kind of a reanimation spell with a 3/3 body attached to it. So it's like Can't Stay Away, and then for 2 extra mana you get a 3/3. You could argue for using just Can't Stay Away because it's cheaper, but this deck, is not in the game of like chaining spells or anything. It's just, it wants to get on the board, and it works. And that's why Yathan Roadwatcher is here with us. All right, and what else is different between this and Esper Greasefang? Well, the final card here, Esika's Chariot. This one is a little flexible. You can cast it for 4 and just it can also just do its thing on its own. You can also discard it if you really need to discard a card for like Collective Brutality, for example, or Bitter Triumph. So you're not too sad to see it go in the graveyard because you could still Greasefang it back if it's the only vehicle around. But the upside here is you can do both. Like this one is okay in the graveyard, but also okay in the hand and hardcasted. So that's why this one is kind of makes this deck a little bit more consistent. And then obviously you have the flagship, a one-of if you need to urgently take out some creature or a planeswalker. Parhelion, the obvious one, that's what wins you the games most of the time. But also a one-of Valor's flagship, which has the advantage of gaining you life. So if you're against red, this is like kind of a good way to regain life and stabilize. And it can cycle itself. So this one is easy to get into the graveyard, get it back with Greasefang, and then cycle it again. So you don't need to find a discard outlet for this one. That's why this one is so good as well. For non-basic lands, we have a Boseiju to deal with potentially problematic artifacts or enchantments or non-basic lands, and a Takenuma, which also mills and gets a creature back, which fits perfectly into what this deck wants to be doing. And there you go. That's Abzan Greasefang for you. It was a great run. I did enjoy the deck. I think I'm gonna, try this out again in the future. But for now, this is today's run. Let's see. Let's look at some flavor text. All right. The Yathan Roadwatcher. She keeps watch for dragon storms and rival clans alike. For dragons, she raises an alarm. For thieves, her blade. And on that note, thanks for watching. Have fun. See you in the arena, and peace.